This report is brought to you by Cerule, makers of a new category of plant-based products scientifically proven to naturally increase the number of adult stem cells in circulation. This offers a variety of benefits to reduce the effects of human aging. I have a nagging tennis injury, a rotator cuff shoulder problem. Surgery is pretty iffy, so I've been a long-time user of glucosamine products. They don't help much, but that has been my only alternative. So I gave it a try. The rep told me that it would usually take several months before any noticeable difference would occur. First week, nothing. Second week, maybe a little better. But then by the third week, all of a sudden I realized it was a lot better. All I can say is Stem Enhance has worked for us, and non-invasively. Yes, I could have paid $5,000 to have a stem cell injection into my shoulder, but it wears off. Why not stimulate the body's natural ability to generate the stem cells itself, which then travel naturally wherever they are needed for a fraction of the cost? One visit to a doctor can cost more than a month's supply of this product. There's a lot of science behind this. I wouldn't be advertising it otherwise. This works. Check out their website at billstill.cerule.com. There's also a 30-day money-back guarantee on a single bottle purchase, so you can try it risk-free.
Good evening. I'm still reporting on the coup. Why is Joe Biden flying to Israel, probably as we write? I'm going to make this hard and fast for the benefit of those with short attention spans when it comes to resident Biden. This is obviously a ploy to get Biden some creds in the Department of Foreign Relations. This from today's Associated Press's report. It's a chance for Biden to burnish his national security credentials to U.S. voters with the 2024 election just over a year away. And oh, what a chance! Biden was to meet with the King of Jordan, the President of Egypt, and the President of Palestine, but bypass Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu? However, after a hospital in Gaza was struck by a rocket, killing hundreds of Palestinians, the meeting was canceled. So why is he still going? Because it is still a huge publicity opportunity. Can't you see the newsreel film? Think World War II. Patton steps out of a landing craft on the beaches of Normandy. But I think Biden has a few tricks up his sleeve because obviously he can't be seen talking without a teleprompter. He would flounder again. He could be seen exiting Air Force One and mounting an Arabian steed with an American flag tied around his neck like Zorro's cape and gallop off the tarmac headed west for Gaza with a trail of black Secret Service vehicles behind. Too unbelievable? Think what has delayed Israel's scheduled ground offensive into Gaza. Seymour Hersh said a couple of days ago that the Israeli army planned on leveling every building in northern Gaza. But that wouldn't do with the first dude setting his tin boots in Israel. No, Netanyahu has been forced to hold off lest he offend his inane majesty.
You refuse. Permit me the glory of the kill, Commander.
Here's what I think is in the offing. Biden lands, confers with the Israeli War Council, since Jordan is now out, then announces some sort of diminishment of hostilities, not a full-blown peace deal, but perhaps safe corridors through which those wishing to flee Gaza can travel. More deliveries of water, food, medicines. But there is more. It's going to take more to turn this nation's most moronic resident into a war hero. Biden would return home with American hostages. Even a handful would suffice. Anything is possible when the word billion is attached. And since it would be given directly to Hamas, thereby preventing Iran from getting its 40% cut, well, at $1 billion per head, maybe split amongst a dozen Hamas leaders, deposited in numbered accounts in the Qatarian bank of their choice, another half-dozen saved Americans would go a long way at reviving NBC's lagging audience and thereby their ad revenue. Biden could even demand 2-for-1 pricing, and both sides would still never have to work again. Can't you see the Washington Post giving a blow-by-blow description of Biden's hard-headed, face-to-face negotiating style, which ultimately saved the planet? But it sure would be well worth it. Think of the propaganda value to Jumpin' Joe. War hero fearlessly enters the battle zone, unprecedented for a U.S. president. Would the masters of deception be bold enough to even add in maybe a single crutch and a bit of bloodied bandage around Biden's knee as he struggled to descend the steps from Air Force One? Or would that be a stretch too far? Perhaps, but they've been getting away with so much already, you never know. Boldness sometimes bypasses all restraint. Or, when you're down and out, there's really nothing to lose. You can only look up. I'm still reporting from just outside the citadel of world freedom. Good day.